The last few months have been truly spectacular, filled with multiple astronomical events, from the total solar eclipse that darkened parts of North America to the Eta Aquarids meteor shower that left a spectacular light show all over the world. But if you think those were mind-blowing, wait till you see the list of space events that will happen in our lifetime. 2029 Asteroid Apophis. Our solar system is filled with all kinds of asteroids. There are some as small as pebbles, while others are giant mountain-sized balls of rocks. Surprisingly, many of these asteroids are alarmingly close to Earth and will either impact or fly by Earth sometime in the future. One of such visitors is the mid-sized asteroid known as Apophis. Apophis was discovered back in 2004, and at the time was considered one of the most dangerous objects in our solar system. Apophis has a diameter of around 1,200 feet, which makes it a reasonably large asteroid, and raised a lot of questions because it had a trajectory that put it dangerously close to Earth on its next flyby. On April 13, 2029, Apophis will come dangerously close to Earth as it brushes past our planet with invisible distance. The name Apophis was given when it was believed this rocky asteroid might crash into Earth, the impact from which would be devastating. Apophis is the name of the ancient Egyptian god of destruction and chaos, an ancient serpent that battled the sun god Ra. This is incredibly fitting, because if the asteroid were to crash with Earth, this would mean nothing but chaos and destruction. The clash would release the equivalent of 1,000 megatons of TNT, with a blast radius that would span hundreds of miles. But no need to start preparing for the worst. Accurate calculations have it that despite the proximity with which Apophis would encounter Earth, the asteroid would not make landfall. Apophis would simply fly by from some 20,000 miles away from Earth. Yes, that's incredibly close. Closer than the Moon is to the Earth, and even closer than some NASA satellites. Regardless, Apophis still won't cause any problems. Rather, its passing will create an incredibly beautiful display in the night sky. Apophis will be visible to the naked eye, and will be hard to miss, even if you don't intend to look out for it. But why wouldn't you? And if you just happen to miss it, don't worry, because Apophis will return in 2068 for yet another spectacular flyby near Earth. 2029, the darkest lunar eclipse of the century. Yet another spectacular cosmic event that will happen in 2029 is the darkest lunar eclipse of the century. A lunar eclipse is a peculiar event that happens when the moon is completely blocked by Earth's shadow. Most times, when this event occurs, the moon appears bright red, in what is known as a blood moon. This can look quite scary, and some ancient civilizations even worship this rare and frankly astonishing celestial event. No need to worry though. The moon isn't changing colors. It's simply because of red rays of the light penetrate our atmosphere much easier when this happens. Unlike solar eclipses, lunar eclipses like this happen quite often, but this particular eclipse will be the darkest in over a century, and it'll happen on June 26, 2029. The height of this eclipse, which is the total darkening of the moon, will last approximately 98 minutes, but the whole event will take much longer. From the moment the moon comes under Earth's shadow until it passes completely, will last about 3 hours and 42 minutes. This blood moon will be most visible in South America, so you might want to book your tickets now, don't you think? 2024, the Parade of Planets. The Parade of Planets is one truly rare celestial event, and is the moment when all the planets in our solar system line up in a convergence. This event has been featured in some movies and TV shows, usually used to mark some rare, powerful cosmic event. Of course, the reality of it is that the planets won't form a straight line the way they do in the movies, but it will still make for quite an impressive sight. During this event, we won't be able to see all the planets at once, but some planets like Venus and Jupiter can be seen with the unaided eye in big cities. But if you truly want to get the most out of this experience, viewing the convergence out in rural areas away from polluted city skies at night will be best. According to NASA, you'll be able to see all the planets spread across the sky with a telescope. The convergence will happen on September 8th, 2024, and there won't be another one like this for thousands of years, so you might want to pin this one on your calendar. 2052, the brightest supermoon of the 21st century. As we know, the moon's orbit isn't round. Rather, it orbits the Earth in an elliptical orbit, meaning at different points during its journey around the Earth, the moon is at different distances from the Earth. So, there are two major points in the moon's orbit, the farthest to the Earth and the closest. The closest point is called the perigee, during which the moon appears a lot bigger in the night sky. And then there's the farthest point, which is called the apogee, where the moon appears smallest. However, due to several factors including gravity, sometimes the moon's perigee can be a lot closer to the Earth than other times. An event where the moon's perigee is especially close to the Earth is called a supermoon. During a supermoon, the moon appears a lot bigger to us. Coupled with the fact that it happens during the full moon makes it even more astonishing. The moon can also appear up to 30% brighter than normal. A darker night sky with little starlight is expected to amplify the supermoon effect. Some effects of a supermoon include incredibly high tides and some rather bizarre effects on animal behavior. There might be more canines like dogs and wolves howling at a supermoon than any other full moon. This particular supermoon event will be the brightest and closest in the 21st century, as it'll be over 17,000 miles closer to the Earth than usual. This event will happen on December 6th, 2052, and it'll be something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Only, this event will last all night long. 2060, the brightest comet. Comets are bright remnants of ice and rock, flung out into space such they travel the universe for thousands of years. There are currently thousands of comets flying through our solar system, and whenever one comes close to the sun, it begins to heat up. This causes the comet to release dust and gases, which flow behind the moving comet like a tail, with its head bright and large like a fuzzy-looking star. This is one major cosmic event that humans can observe with the unaided eye, sometimes even during the day. The closer a comet is to Earth, the brighter and clearer it appears in the sky. On October 27, 2060, Comet 15P, or Finlay, will make a spectacular show across the sky, as it will be one of the closest comets to approach Earth in over a century. This comet was discovered back in the 19th century, but we get to actually see it make an appearance during our lifetime. Finlay's comet will be so bright that even at a distance of 4.6 million miles from Earth, it will still be visible during the day, and will make for truly an amazing sight. Another famous comet that will pass by Earth in our lifetime is Halley's Comet. Halley's Comet has been observed by humans for over 2,000 years, known to make an appearance once every 76 years. It was the first comet that proved these celestial bodies make return trips to our night sky after it was observed in 1607, 1682, and 1758. Halley's Comet will make its return to our night sky sometime in 2061. Some people who saw its last appearance in 1986 may have this rare opportunity to see it twice in their lifetime. Simply spectacular. 2100, the North Star will be closest to the true north. The North Star has served as a guide for sailors for thousands of years, serving as an indicator of which way north is. But as any scientist will tell you, the North Star isn't perfectly aligned with the north because our planet's axis isn't fixed. Due to the orbital precession of our planet's spin, the North Star doesn't have a fixed location in the sky. It moves ever so slowly in different directions. The move isn't noticeable to the naked eye unless you're standing directly at the North or South Pole. However, something spectacular will happen on March 24th, 2100, as the North Star will truly appear above the true north of Earth's North Pole. This is one of the rarest events to happen on Earth, because once it begins to move away again, the polar star won't return to true north for another 26,000 years. But that isn't all that's special about this event, because this will actually be a final farewell from our treasured North Star. With Earth's axis in constant motion, the alignment of stars over our planet will be completely rearranged. In about 2,000 years, our famous North Star will be replaced by another star, Gamma Cepheus. In essence, the event of 2100 will be something of a last dance to the North Star that has occupied our North Pole for thousands of years. It will be a truly rare but somewhat sad astronomical event, an event that some of us may be fortunate enough to witness. So, there you have it, a calendar of the most astonishing astronomical events that will happen in our lifetime. Although some of these events are so far off that you really have to take care of your health to live long enough to witness them. So cheers to the countdown, and we hope to see you along each and every one of these events.